Hi guys, what's going on? Look, his feather pigeons. Maybe I need to like read a book to remember what literature looks like, and then I'll try to write some literature, inshallah. I can't remember what literature looks like. If I try to write a book, it's going to look weird. Oh yeah, remember, so we can be literary figurines. Most gangster place on earth. I think I might have been on some synthetic drugs and didn't know it. Like maybe something was in the marijuana. Because it looks like I was like a victim of that xylitine for a while. It's like I was like a trank victim. Someone gave me some trank. Or maybe I was even subconsciously looking for it. Maybe that was the only way I could escape Tacna, was to get really numb off trank, but at the same time have the side effects of my flesh rotting and the possibility of having to have limbs amputated. Well, alhamdulillah, I'm okay now. I just have a few scars on my arm. You know, something that looked like, it was like a ringworm causing fungus. That is my theory, that I had a ringworm causing fungus, and everyone knew it. I don't know what that's all about. That had to do with UFOs. There was UFOs, unidentified flying objects, involved in whatever infection I had. It was biological, but it also came from above. And I'm talking about demons in the sky. Flying jinn. Let's get back to the subject of the flying jinn and the evil people that summon them and are closer to them. And how those things are close to Satan. So they want to get closer to the flying jinn, they want to get closer to Satan. Anyway, it comes down to it. You're either worshiping Allah alone, single out Allah and worship, none worthy of worship except Allah, or they're doing polytheism to please their false gods, which ultimately is pleasing Shaitan. Because all their false gods either don't exist, or it's like a really old big jinn or something, but ultimately they're serving the Shaitan. That's the army of Shaitan, is the army of those bad jinn that people serve as if they were gods. But they're just like false gods and deities and idols and all that. Shirk. Oh, look at this button. Okay, so this brings me back to Barranco in 2005, I think it was, or 2006, the second time we came to Peru. And Star got really wild, wanted to go attack the pigeons because she ran out there after. She loved birds back then. Because we had finches, and she wanted to grab the finches. She was like chasing the birds, and they made her really happy and excited. And that's like what I remember something. Have a reminder of all this abuse that happened. What the version of it is, who these creeps were working for, what they think they stand for. Ultimately, they all serve the shaitan. And that's why they're always in a bind, because they're riba eaters. They do a lot of usury. They take out a long-term loan to pay off another long-term loan, and then do another scam that they think looks better than this scam, and then they go to the stock market and might throw some money at some companies in the stock market that have no like personal relation to them. It's like all this impersonal throwing money around, and when they come on the day of resurrection, it's just going to look like they didn't do anything. On the day of resurrection, it's going to look like they never did a single thing, really, because they just threw money at like bad companies, like corporate entities, thinking this is going to make my life better. It's like some stock market usury or usury interest loan to improve your social image so you look better in church. It's just it's a lot of sick, shallow, entitled nothing. People that are like that belong in the hellfire. They're like just going to live by entitlement and social image. That's the criteria. Is if you can borrow enough usury loans to temporarily look like you know what you're doing. People are really big, boastful liars to take out a loan and buy something or and they use that image to go get the job. Oh, now I have the car, now I go get the job. So you're just building up a big fake, and that's like the people that stand on riba, and like everything they stand on is just usury, and they're always going to be in debt. It's a guarantee they're going to die in debt because they never pay off those loans. They just use it as credit. They build up their credit score so they can take out more loans. So it's 100% guarantee they're going to die in debt. You're not supposed to die in debt. You're supposed to abandon riba. I don't know what happens if you if you were with the pagans and it's like impossible to go back and pay your debt once you become a Muslim. I don't know about those debts. But I know you have to leave riba and repent. Yeah, there's probably like a whole branch of jurisdiction over usury, predatory loans, whether the person was sane, whether they were desperate when they were offered this loan. I don't know if there's factors like that involved. No one's really talked about it much around me.